Hi there, my name is Jose Luis Acevedo Flores. I'm a computer engineering student at the University of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez, and for this summer I was part of the SURE program in Georgia Tech, and I was working with Dr. Villa in wireless sensor networks. For the research, I'm going to demonstrate an attack using the light channel, which can be classified as a side channel, and for that attack we used various components, so let's take a look at the setup. So for the attack, we're using a Linux computer that's running essentially a program called Listen that's included with TinyOS, but in here we added some functionality to it. We are also using Telos BET mode sky sensor, and this one is the one that's taking light samples and sending them to the base station. So this one is the base station. This one essentially is running malicious code, and it takes the values that it receives from the one that's taking light samples, and those values are then sent through the USB interface to the computer. For the attack, we also have an Android application that essentially takes a string value and flashes the LED according to its Morse code equivalent. So for example, if I type these two letters, you can see that the LED flashes according to the Morse code equivalent. Okay, now that we know the components that we are using, let's explain how the demo is going to proceed. Well, essentially, we're going to plug in the base station to the computer, like this, and we're going to have the sample taker with batteries running. So this one is taking light samples, and this one is receiving those light samples and putting them through the USB. Okay, so now we're going to start the application that's running in the computer. So if I hit enter here, you should see how it should be reading values. Just to demonstrate, we're going to flash a small word here. So let's say you have the word red. So let me see if you can see on that. You have red, and then I hit on flash LED on top of the sensor that should be taking values. You see it there. And you see over there that it says that a message was received, and you can read it. Okay, now that you know the overall process of what happens, you know, you flash values to this sensor. This sensor then sends them to this sensor, and this sensor communicates them to the computer, and you then see them on the screen. Okay, as we know, that's the normal operation, but there's a catch. This sensor is running a software logic bomb. It has a software logic bomb implemented in it, so it's waiting for a specific light pattern to trigger it. Once that specific light pattern arrives, he will then try to shut down the computer. So that's what we are going to see in a few moments. Okay, now we have the application that should be running, and then we type in the word that we know triggers the software logic bomb, which in our case is the word bad, and then we go here and we flash it to the sensor. And you can see that the computer shuts down. This was an example of a side channel attack. As you saw, we were using the light channel to trigger malicious code in the other sensor. This could have caused data loss or any other type of adverse effect. It is for these reasons that these types of attacks need to receive attention. That way we can develop new mechanisms to protect us against those types of attacks, to ensure the safe and reliable operation of the network.